My name is Alexandra Myers, and I'm applying to the Entry to Nursing Practice Master's Program at Arizona State University. A little bit about myself: I'm a post-baccalaureate student that graduated from ASU in May of 2019 with a degree in English Creative Writing and a minor in film. I went throughout my whole life loving to read, loving to write, so I decided to pursue a career in it, and I thought, what better way than to join the competitive creative writing program at ASU and do the best I can to better my writing so that way I can enter the field, hopefully become an editor and a publisher, and maybe put out some books as well. I did have a major life event in around 2016 that kind of flipped me on my head a bit. I found a new passion in helping people and caring for people, and so I decided to pursue a secondary career, I guess you would say, in healthcare. So I wanted to do both. I wanted to write, and I also wanted to work in the healthcare field and help people directly, firsthand. I did this by going to Arizona Academy of Emergency Services and obtaining my emergency medical technician certification so that I could work in the field as an EMT and hopefully progress to paramedicine. However, working as an EMT, I realized that paramedicine isn't necessarily the route I want to go, and that I want more of the nursing route and what nursing has to offer. So I chose the Master's in Nursing program because I knew that it would set me up for being the best possible care that I can be and best possible nurse, and being able to apply what I know, what I learned from the program to the patients in the field. So that is why I chose the master's program. I also knew that the nursing program at ASU is phenomenal. I have a bunch of friends who graduated from the traditional BSN program, and they went on and on about how supportive everyone is and how you really have a team on your side, and there is no chance for failure because you are set up for success. Not just success in the career itself, but as success as an empathetic and knowledgeable nurse. So that's why I chose the program, and I'm excited to see what it has to offer. My personal philosophy of care, ever since working in the healthcare field, that was something I definitely had to grapple with. I never really cared for someone before besides when I had that major life event, and then becoming a caregiver, and then becoming an EMT. So far I've had experience only in the geriatric community. I haven't had a full range of different types of patients either. I've mostly dealt with dementia, standard falls, and general sickness or weakness. All of that, though, has helped me kind of develop a bedside manner in which I am just present the entire time. I never I'm always present, I'm always there, and I address every need possible in the best way I can and in the best capacity that I can. I don't take anything personally because I know that being in a position of sickness like that, or being injured, or not being able to take care of yourself, I know how that feels, and I know that the nurses are there, the nurses, the doctors, the EMTs, whoever's there to help you, are there to help you, but sometimes you forget that. And so I know that to be patient, I know to hear every single side of the story, and I know that in order to apply this, I also have to have the knowledge with it, so I can't just start caring for someone and then not know how to care for them besides just being there for them. So having every single facet of that and being able to apply all of that to not only my education and my practice is important to me. So just the fact that being present and being empathetic in the best possible way is the way to care for people and to be successful. So kind of like what I've touched on about the situation that kind of turned my future around. In 2016, my mom was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. She had it when I was younger, but I was not kind of fully aware of the situation. I was really young, and I was focused on school, was focused on sports, and so she was strong and independent, and I was just kind of in the background, I guess. When she got it again, I told her to move in with me so that I could be her full-time caregiver. I could take her to her doctor's appointments. I could be there for her and just care for her every step of the way in the way that I could. Being in that situation and being in the hospital was kind of what led me to pursue a degree in nursing and pursue a future in nursing, because how it felt to care for her, I want to be able to give that feeling to someone else, make someone else feel better in the best way that I can. Unfortunately, I had no control over it, of course, so I just took it day by day. I was present the entire time. I still was in school and I was still working as well, so I did my best to just be strong for her, but also be strong in my personal life as well. It was definitely a challenge, but I knew that after everything that happened, that my future was definitely in that field and definitely in healthcare, and so in a way it helped me realize that this is my passion and this is what I want to do, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to kind of get there. So yeah, it's very complicated, but it could be easy as well. So I guess to close it off, a specific time when I had to handle a tough problem, challenged by fairness or ethical issues in the healthcare field that's kind of riddled with all of that. A lot of times here, we have, as an EMT, you have protocol. Unless you have a physical DNR in your hand, you must perform CPR and do your resuscitative measures in order to save the life. If the DNR is not in your hand, then you have to do everything you can to help that person. In working in the geriatric community, that can be challenging. A lot of times there are some residents that do have a DNR, but some that do not. We have a memory care unit in which there was a resident who had fallen, and CPR was needed to be initiated. Us as EMTs did not have a DNR in our hand, and we were put in a position where we knew that this patient had a DNR, but we didn't have it. So we had to go back and forth between protocol and between knowing what the residents' wishes were. The caregivers were scrambling to go and grab that piece of paper, but without it in our hand, we had to go back and forth, and we spent a short amount of time ensuring that there were no definitive signs of death and that he was just in cardiac arrest. And it was the first time actually that I ever had to deal with anything like that as well, and so I did my best to follow my partner's commands, who was more experienced than I was. It was definitely a tough situation, a tough call to make. The DNR did make it to our hands, but it was definitely a challenge. I hope that in the future that's something that is different, I guess. So yeah, I want to, I guess, thank you for this time. I know it's a little bit weird talking to myself and not talking to another person, so I apologize for any awkwardness or mishaps. I want to thank you for the opportunity, and if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you want to clarify anything, that's possible as well. But I'm very excited, and thank you so much.